Does anyone remember the Paw Patrol from Nick Jr.? And the whole purpose of this video is a brand new idea and also just another potential character that could be added into this game. And I came up with more ideas for his movesets, and taunts, and a stage from the show. And also, I'm doing this because I had a request. And if anyone has a character request you'd like to see implemented in this game with some of my ideas, if you guys are interested, someone was interested in me talking about Marshall from Paw Patrol, and the Paw Patrol was responsible for working together in each, I was going to say each Dalmatian, each pup had particular things that they're capable of. They had different occupations, from a police officer, a firefighter, construction, and many more that were responsible for different, well, specializing in different missions and different things that they can handle when it comes to fires or someone that needs to be rescued. They're a rescue crew, and it almost makes you think of them like as Avenger pups, as silly as it is to sound good to talk about and just mention that. But they would always rescue and go on these different missions to save everyone. They're rescue missions. They are different, just different calls that they would be able to receive and be able to take on together. The Paw Patrol will always work together on missions to protect the shoreside community and of this particular location called Adventure Bay. Now, I haven't seen too much of the episodes, and I didn't remember too much about the show, so I did some research and wanted to share some of the references of his abilities. And I'm going to use a particular character to reference, and also the stage itself, that I think would be a cool little example of what Adventure Bay could sort of look like in the neighborhood or in the city itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's get into training before I get ready to start talking about more for this character, how Marshall can probably be implemented in this game, and maybe the other pups that could probably be in the game to help him out and be called upon as assists, maybe if they make that work. So let's go to a little bit of training. So before I even get into I just wanted to bring up this menu before we jump in. But just like I mentioned, each dog of the Paw Patrol has a specific set of skills based on emergency services, from the police, firefighter, and so much more. If you guys haven't heard of the show, so I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background what it's about, and here are my notes as well for those who are unfamiliar with the show from Nick Jr. Yeah, it's a children's show. It's family friendly, but it's still some good ideas of how he can be a good potential fighter in this game. And the stage that I already mentioned is the Adventure Bay. Adventure Bay is where everything took place from the show, and everything from their missions they would receive, and having to suit up and take on whatever mission or whoever needs help or whoever needs rescuing for the most part. And that would be the stage that they can add with Marshall from the Paw Patrol DLC character, if he's ever into the game, if it's possible. But I'm going to I'm going to just do a little reference, because one of his particular moves from his that I'm going to get into in just a little bit is has something to do with Lincoln Loud's one of his moves. So I'm just going to pick him, and it's just a random character, because I don't want them to attack me. Cora. So she's gonna be in the spotlight. So let's just go to the Loud House. I like the stage, and the Adventure Bay is almost something similar to what it could be like. Maybe like the Loud House map, or maybe something similar to Traffic Jam, but without the bus from Hey Arnold moving constantly across the city. But I'm just gonna pick the Loud House for the best example.
Lincoln Loud versus Cora.
That's awesome.
Get ready. 3, 2, 1. Brawl.
I thought he was gonna say dance. But so we talked about the stage and a little bit of background for Marshall, and I'm not gonna start moving around and doing some moves yet for Lincoln as a little reference for him. But we'll just keep this going in the background. But let's talk about We already talked about the new stage for Adventure Bay, which was the setting from PAW Patrol from the TV show. How about some alternate skins and costumes for Marshall, and some ideas I came up with is that just let's start with the original members of the PAW Patrol. The PAW Patrol had uh, apparently had a set of original members before they met up with other later members of the Paw Patrol, like Robo Dog, for example. He's not an original member. So we have Chase, Skye, Rocky, Rubble, and Zuma, who are the original members of the Paw Patrol, besides other than Marshall that we're talking about in this video. So why not have some some costumes or alternate skins of the potential original members of the Paw Patrol? Maybe that could be paid DLC, where you can have a skin variation, many variations of Chase, the police dog, and I didn't know all the pups and by heart, so I had to do some digging and researching of what they specialize in, what set of skills do they specialize in, and for that particular rescue mission, because they'll call upon each other to take lead of whoever can handle that fire, someone to handle the skies, to take it to the skies for those rescue missions, and so much more. So we got Chase the police dog, you got Skye the aerial rescue pup, Rocky for recycling, Rubble for construction, Zuma for water rescue, and then you got Marshall, who I'm talking about in this particular video, who specialized as a firefighter pup, who would be able to take on those different fires, and was responsible for uh, basically being a firefighter rescue Dalmatian, who is responsible for handling those fires and dousing those flames. But those are just some scary skin variations. Now I expanded doing some more research and thinking of some other potential outfits, and I ended up watching some of the highlights of the show of what he's capable of when he was called upon to take the lead for certain rescue missions. So I ended up finding out that in some of the episodes he wouldn't have. Sometimes the pups don't have their outfits on. They don't have their when they're off duty. For the most part, they won't have their outfits put on, whether it's a police officer or something like that. So another potential skin, they can have Marshall with the removal of his firefighter outfit. And then I also did some more digging, and when a particular mission came on, sometimes the pups will power up where they can do different abilities, and it's called their mighty pup. Each pup will have a mighty pup, and or some kind of, I was gonna say animation, a mighty pup sort of power up, and they'll have a suit, so he can be in his mighty pup heat outfit that looks really amazing. So I think they could probably get that for most likely get that as a little alternative outfit. And then another one, it was a particular episode where he wore the blindfold, where Marshall wore the blindfold, and when they were playing Marco Polo in the show together. So that could be something. See how they did those little hats with some of these characters on the screen? When you go to select the different characters, they have beanies or different hats, or just slight differences of their outfits or cosmetics, however you want to put it. But maybe that could be something that they can slide in as paid DLC if someone wants to get his blind outfit, his blindfold outfit. That could be something. But maybe that could be something that's free, and then the paid DLC would be his Mighty Pup Heat outfit, because I think people would like to see that in action. For those who might be fans of Paw Patrol, and you gotta look that up. You guys have to look that up. You just type in Mighty Pup Heat outfit. He looks really awesome in it, and that'll be a dope skin for Marshall. And I think people would actually buy it because it looks good and it looks worth it. And it's not just some kind of hat thrown in on the character. It shows like a real cosmetic for that particular character that makes him shine. And when he's all powered up, he goes into his Mighty Pup suit. Every Paw Patrol member has their Mighty Pup sort of skin, or there's some kind of outfit when they really want to do different abilities. So, and I'm going to expand about the Mighty Pup heat outfit, or some kind of ability that he can have for his movesets in just a little bit. But some taunts, those are just the skins and alternate costumes. But let's talk about the taunts. So I was looking up some catchphrases. I didn't watch enough of the show to find this out, but I found out that he usually likes to say, "Let's dive in." It's one of his catchphrases from the show, and maybe like the bark that he does in the TV show. And I'm trying to do it, but he'll bark when he gets ready to say, he goes, "Arr, arr," or something like that, and he will issue a command or something like that. But that's just one of his famous catchphrases from the show that I managed to find out. Because each pup will, it doesn't matter who it is, if it's Chase or somebody else, they will bark and say something when they're on the task or they're just on the job or something like that. That'd be cool to have them as a little bit of a taunt. Now, his recovery, let's start moving around now, getting into the moveset. But his recovery is the first thing I want to talk about. And being a firefighter that he is, or a firefighter pup rescuer that he is, I came up with this idea that since he can use his ladder from the show, when firefighters, they have to climb up to these buildings, and this is why I'm using this map, for example, because it's a house. So the area is a better example for other than cat dogs stage in this game. Firefighters have to climb up and sometimes extend ladders to be able to get to high places or places that they cannot reach. So um, Marshall can probably be able to use that as a recovery where he's climbing. He could use a ladder to rescue, uh, as if he's rescuing animals from high places or people that need to be rescuing stuff like that. They can implement a ladder to quickly climb his way back onto the platform or stage. So see, he probably can't get up here like that, but you can from a double jump coming up on the middle and stuff like that. But just from a platform, for example, here's Lincoln Law's recovery. So you just imagine him being able to climb up a set of ladders really quick, a quick set of ladder, just quickly to try to get in, to climb his way back into the ring or back into the platform or the stage itself. That would be a unique recovery move, and it also fits his character. It fits his role from the show as a rescuer, a firefighter rescuer pup, and it's what firefighters do when they can't get to a certain place. So I think that would be a good little recovery move for Marshall to use or utilize, and it could probably be pretty good too. And maybe as you hold up in triangle, I'm playing on PlayStation 5, the ladder gets bigger, but it'll start to dwindle or the ladder will start to collapse and won't last as long. So you got to hurry up and try to climb up. So if you got to go a little bit further, the player can probably hold down the recovery button to try to get a bigger ladder to get to climb up back into the stage to get back into the fight. That'll be something that they can use as a little recovery move. But now we're going to talk a little bit of for a while for his other moveset. So now he can start fighting outside of just his recovery. But I came up with this little idea, like maybe the pups that can be assist to him. So for Chase, this is just an example. I just used one of them for examples for this little moveset. So Chase is the police dog from the police pup from the show for PAW Patrol, and maybe he can have some kind of assist move where he can use a call upon him. He can come out for a few seconds to spawn in and do like a move. But Chase was responsible for the police and he was the police and traffic cop dog, and whose primary purpose was to keep things in line, direct and warn traffic when an emergency happens. See what I'm saying? So I had to find that out. So maybe he could probably come out and hit him with like a traffic sign, or maybe blow a whistle or something like that, and just smack him with a traffic sign, or maybe with a traffic sort of like something like that. Maybe he have his like a mini police baton that he can hold with his mouth or something like that. But I'm sure he could probably be a cool little assist to come out and hit him with some kind of traffic signs or something like that. That'll be cool to see when he comes out. But it makes me, when I say that, it makes me think of how, I don't know which game it was. I think it's Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Zelda was able to bring out that knight from Spirit Tracks. Is it in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate or is it in Super Smash Bros. Brawl? I think it's in Ultimate. I could be wrong. Into the most recent Super Smash Bros. Game, see how she could bring him out and summon him. Chase could come out with his own little unique police design or police style move or a traffic sign to hit the opponent. And just to expand, he probably could call Skye, he could call Rocky, Rubble, or Zuma for some other potential moves. And what they specialize in, Skye could have like some kind of aerial move for when the opponent is airborne. Skye can just fly out of nowhere, just crash into the opponent, something like that. Different assists. So basically, just PAW Patrol assist moves. But he can expand. He wouldn't really he can shine on his own, even if they don't implement him like that. Implement the other Paw Patrol members, the original ones. But now when I was watching the show and just doing some research, he would call upon some things that he had for his little fire truck cart. The water cannon, so which he can use he can use the water cannon that he uses from the show, which he can use and spray fire hoses to spray the enemy. And that's why I'm picking Lincoln Loud for this video. Because he has a water gun. See, look, check this out. He has a water gun, but it doesn't last that long. You see, and I'm just holding the triangle button on the PlayStation 5 controller, but he can spray different directions. He can do it in the air. You just stay on the edge. Whoops. You stay on the edge. Spray like that. Spray up. And you can move it. See how he does that with the water gun? Marshall could have his own little water cannon that he can use as fire hoses, but it could be a much better version than Lincoln Loud's water gun. Because the water cannon is from the carts that he uses in the show from Marshall. So that could be something that he could use. And then from his suit, I think it was part of his Mighty Pup outfit. The water jets from his rescue suit. His rescue suit could be utilized to spray the opponent. So just something similar to how Lincoln Loud has this, but it only does 1%. But it's a good move to spray and push him back, keep him off the stage. So that could be something from Marshall. Can you hit him multiple times? See, he only hits one time. See how, and then another character that comes to mind for Super Smash Bros. See how Mario from Super Mario Sunshine. Mario has a flood that he brings out for Super Mario Sunshine. See how he sprays like that? It could be utilized something like it could be a move like that for his water jets or maybe his water cannon I was talking about. He can do something like that, but it can hit more than once. It can be something that's not just pushing the opponent away. It can actually do a good amount of damage. See what I'm saying? So that'll be something that I would like to see him use. And let's talk about more of his other moves. Now, his Mighty Heat suit had different abilities. He had Mighty Heat Paws to I forgot which character it was. I don't know if it was Skye he was rescuing, but when she froze in the particular episode, she was frozen and she was coming down to crash. He was able to use his mighty heat suit to fly up there and melt the ice to free her from being frozen. So now I was thinking maybe he could use his Mighty Heat Paws to burn the opponent, something like that. It can do some serious burn damage, and maybe it can inflict some chip damage. So the opponent will probably be on fire for a couple seconds for a short period of time. That'll be something. His Mighty Heat Paws as a little unique move. And then maybe a bite attack similar to Lucy's, but maybe slower. Because he's a dog, of course, so why wouldn't he not have some kind of bite attack for like some basic attacks? And maybe he can combo, do like a 3-hit bite combo. That'll be something that'll be cool to see. But it'll be a lot slower because Lucy can just, quit. You can just easily press the triangle button to just bite in quick succession. But his can probably be a little bit slower but powerful. And just to wrap up, his going back to his Mighty Pup mode, his Mighty Pup suit, he can use his Mighty Pup mode that I came up with. And in this particular mode, it could probably be another gauge at the bottom where you can go into, where you can activate Mighty Pup mode or something like that. And maybe he can say one of his catchphrases, "Let's dive in," and or maybe he'll bark a few times, and then when he transforms into the Mighty Pup mode, he can do something like that to transform. He activate his Mighty Pup mode, and in this mode, he'll be able to generate flame-based attacks for a short period of time, and it also boosts his attack power for a limited amount of time until the bar dwindles, until the bar runs out. And then if the player wants to reserve it, it said they want to, maybe they'll have a chance to activate it and then deactivate it, and then when they're ready to use it again, they have to refill the bar. But they'll still have that wide open window of a chance to get it active all over again, because the bar will be more than halfway full. See, so that'll be something that'll be cool. And just to wrap up, just in this mode, he can have some kind of fire dog ability, and where he's gonna be on fire, literally, to ignite himself and to make him too hot to handle or too dangerous to get up close to, and you'll basically have to run away from him, and try to get away from him until the flames go out. So until his own flames douse out. See, it's just so many unique abilities that he can have for his Mighty Pup form. It's just some kind of ability with a mix of water-based attacks that can not only knock you away and push you away, but can do some serious damage if they make contact. So those are just some ideas. And then just with this stage, that's the end of his moveset. So that's all the different ideas I could come up with for the requests for this character. And if you guys have any others, you can let me know in the comments, or any characters that you like to see, and maybe some thoughts of different characters you guys would like to see added into this game that I can probably discuss for another video as well. But I'm going to continue to share different other characters from different shows in different universes that can be nice add-ons or nice DLC characters to expand the roster. And I think people would buy Marshall. I think they really would. I would. And not even just with my own little ideas I came up with, but because he's a cool character, and just from watching the show and going back to memory lane from the actual show for PAW Patrol. So let me know what you guys think of these ideas. And just talking about the stage, Adventure Bay could be something like this, but it could be an expanded neighborhood. It could be much bigger than the Loud House. It could be a bigger version of what the Loud House is. See, it's just only this house in particular, but it'd be a much bigger neighborhood where you can expand. Almost something similar to how I was thinking, like how Onett is in Super Smash Bros. Melee. It could be something like that, but a little bit bigger, to showcase the stage itself from Adventure Bay. Or they can expand. They can probably just get the area itself where it shows the bridge under the water under the bridge, and so much more that's in the town for that particular setting. So I'm really, I hope, I would love to see something like this. Even though he's a Nick Jr. character, it's just somebody else that'll be a good fit for this game. And Lincoln Loud fights with yo-yos. It's fun. It's just so many things, and he can just bite you like this. See, he just, and then see how he uses a scooter with one of his strong attacks. He can do like a big bite move to do some serious damage in the air, or you can charge it up and chomp on the opponent, chewing him like a bone, something like that. But those are just a little bit of an idea, and just for this request video for Marshall from PAW Patrol as DLC, as a potential DLC character idea. But I hope you guys like the ideas. I know this was probably a little bit longer than the others, but it's just so many different things that I came up with for his skins and all that, and everything I mentioned will be in the description that you guys can read on if you want to. And if anyone has another character request or another character you'd like to see me talk about, from moves and stages, and some reference to things that these characters could possibly do, you guys can let me know in the comments if you want. But I'm definitely going to be sharing more potential character ideas.